So the last time I was talking about Joseph, aka Lieutenant Dan, he was getting a kick deal and a new boat merely for being an ignorant person. The only reason he went viral in the first place is because he got very lucky and survived. Like I said before, he's not some war hero, he's not some sailing legend that killed Moby Dick that was neglected by society for his radical techniques. He's a drug addict who Adin Ross got a boner for and now has to figure out how he's gonna handle everything now that he inadvertently made Lieutenant Dan his personal problem. According to Deserto, Adin Ross retracted his offer after finding out even more about Lieutenant Dan's past, which includes a video uploaded by his daughter letting us know that this dude is what people call a Florida man in the flesh.
Lieutenant Dan was doing just fine without all that money. Y'all TikTok fucking famous people and all that, y'all blowing him up, and he gonna be dead before he can even fucking enjoy that boat and stuff, because look at him. After y'all got a hold of him, and now he's high as fuck on all these videos. I've had to keep tabs on that man for 10 years trying to make sure that he's alive, and now he's gonna get all of this and probably end up dead because of it. And I'm really not trying to give it much energy, aside from just making sure that he's alive. That's what I try to do. I try to just make sure he's alive and he's good. But y'all are gonna fucking put him in the grave.
No, I guess I'm not as trained as I thought, but I didn't think he was high in any of these videos. I mean, he did seem kinda off, but it wasn't until like a point where, yeah, this dude is like fucking tweaking. Like, to me, this is someone who has spent too much time talking to themselves to where they just sound off when they talk to someone else because they've been practicing conversations with themselves. That's like teaching yourself how to catch a football. What? And part of the blame for all of this does have to fall on Adin Ross, because what the fuck is he doing giving kick deals to homeless people, or people at all for that matter? Like, when have you ever seen the most popular person on whatever social media platform it is make decisions for that company? Charli D'Amelio wasn't like her and my sister, all the videos on the For You page for a month. Or like PewDiePie wasn't like, if I don't see my wife's videos on the trending tab for every category, you can kiss the Pewsters and his bro fish goodbye. Like, there are many reasons Kick is a shithole of a company, and one of them is because they're letting Adin Ross offer literal drug addict criminals $1 million contracts without knowing anything about them. And not even that, he's fucking homeless. Imagine grinding your ass off to be a streamer and some fucking crackhead gets a streaming deal because Adin's brain assumes that ignorance is the only thing that qualifies you to be a streamer. But in this article by Deserto, first time I'm using an article by them and not just a tweet, congratulations guys.
Great job.
But they say that, contrary to what Adin Ross said, Lieutenant Dan actually declined the boat and kick deal rather than Adin taking it away. And it's like, yeah, sure thing, Pops. The guy who lives on a literal fish's toilet is declining a new boat. Now, yeah, that makes, sure thing, buddy. I think the fumes alone are just getting to him. They're like, yeah, I don't need that new boat. This is my boat, right? This is the boat I need. And they're like, dog, it smells like you cut off Moby's dick and it's just hiding it. It's rotting in here somewhere. But also something to mention that I briefly talked about in my last video, there was a GoFundMe started for this guy that had over $40,000 donated to it. And the person behind this was a man by the name of Tampa Terrence, who we'll get into soon. But after this GoFundMe was set up, Lieutenant Dingleberry here is like, where's my money? You said it was going to be 100K and now it's only 40K? And there's this TikTok where he's arguing with the guy named Tampa Terrence who set up the whole GoFundMe. Eventually it came out that the reason Dan isn't getting his money is because this piece of shit doesn't even have an ID, so he can't withdraw the money.
Joe has a bank account, but no identification and no way to get in the bank.
After realizing that he is in fact retarded, Adin not only took the kick deal away from Dan, but also gave it to Terrence, who will be streaming himself going around Florida helping people out.
We still want to help Lieutenant Dan, known as Joe, by giving him a boat, but we also want to make sure that he's staying sober and does it the right way. So I'm giving Terrence the deal. Terrence will have the deal. Terrence will be doing IRL streams around Tampa, giving out money and blasting people. I will be featuring a couple of his streams. And it's going to be God's work. So I'm proud of Terrence. Him and I had a really good conversation. He's a very clear-minded person, and I really do like the guy a lot.
Now, while this is a good thing, Adin said the same exact shit about Lieutenant Dan even after being told about his criminal past.
I said we all have a past, for one. For two, you open up to me about your past drug addiction and stuff, bro. I would never do that. I would never, ever take back what I offered you, bro. We had a good conversation.
And it's going to be God's work. So I'm proud of Terrence. Him and I had a really good conversation.
Like, again, why the fuck is Adin having conversations with these people, doing the negotiations, when this idiot can't even spell cream?
I said it tastes like cream. Like cream, CHREEME.
Like, Terrence did put out a TikTok thanking Adin for the kick deal, but I feel like the streaming aspect doesn't have to be a part of it since Adin said he was going to give them everything they need. But like, I just don't see why they need to be streaming it. That makes you sort of like a scumbag because you're making money off showing the misfortune of others. Yeah, they're helping out, but how many times do you think they're gonna clip someone crying being like, look, a family cries as they're giving food? And it's like, dog, let them have their privacy. Their house just got destroyed by a fucking hurricane. I don't think they want cameras in their face. And I know there are people who make YouTube videos about helping others when natural disasters happen, but you can't edit a live stream. And I'm sorry, but anything associated with Adin Ross has a bigger chance of going wrong than it does right. It's literally statistics that can be proven right before your very eyes. Case in point, he gave Dan a streaming contract that didn't even last a full week. But I guess in 2024, Kick is going for quantity over quality. And hey, who knows, it might work out for them. I don't know how running a streaming platform works. From the outside looking in, it looks like complete shit, but hey, you're the big boys. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.